It kind of, my head is obviously, with my hair, it's like way too big. So it's like falling off. But
Shave your head, I think.
Or braids.
And that's on a receding hairline. Why did it moved back?
hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Comfort Level podcast. I'm your host, Madi, and I'm here with
Devin.
Tyler.
And we're going to read some Reddit stories and talk about it.
You know, I would clap, but I think it's only right that we do this instead. If our love is tragedy, why are you my remedy?
Let's get into it. What's so funny?
Nothing.
Okay, so today I'm reading the story, Today I effed up by agreeing to an open relationship. Obviously a throwaway. To put things into perspective, I, male 20, and my girlfriend, female 21, have been dating / together for 4 years. And a bit. Typical high school sweethearts. We wanted to move away and start our own lives after college. We decided to spice things up a bit and open our relationship up a little bit. It was pretty much a joint decision, but looking back, she was kind of insistent on the whole sex is fun idea. She is on a night out with some friends when she phones me and asks if the whole open relationship thing is still cool, explaining she met a guy, male, 24, and asked for me to pay for a hotel because she wasn't working at the time. I agreed. I tell her to go for it, and she does. She texts me to say she had a good night and that all is well. The week after, she's mentioning she's meeting up with this guy again. Wasn't expecting it, but I guess I'm cool with it. Again, asked for me to pay for the hotel. A decision I would live to regret. She doesn't text me for the entire night. Weird, but okay. Maybe she's having a good time. The next day, I receive a load of messages about how she needs a break from everything right now. Meeting this guy has apparently opened her eyes. A little more convention and conversation, and we're over, done for. She completely cut me out of her life. I check her Snapchat story, and of course, she's with him. I've heard from her friends, they're dating now. That's it.
Oh, that's...
Yeah.
It's just hard with your tone to, like, hear the ending inflection, you know?
Yeah.
Because life is never ending and it's depressing.
That's true.
His life is probably ending.
They messed up immediately. Like, everyone knows, we've seen enough TV shows now.
And read enough stories.
Yeah, when you do an open relationship, you have to have rules of how you're going to go about it. You can't just like, oh, it's free for all, we can do whatever we want. No, there's rules because people still get hurt, people still get mad. If I'm in an open relationship, I'm not paying. Get your boo thing to pay for the hotel. Like, that's where he messed up immediately. Mm-hmm. Paying for this? That's crazy. You ain't got a job? Figure it out. Do it in the car. Do it in the bathroom. I ain't paying for that. Twice? Couldn't be me.
He messed up at open relationship. He messed up at open. Don't even...
Yeah.
Like, you just... That was just bad, because now he has nothing... I mean, okay. I guess I'll never really understand the open relationship thing, because can't be me, won't be me, won't ever. But it's like...
I've tried. No, I'm just kidding.
Maddie's in an open relationship right now.
But it's like, I guess to a certain extent, like from my standpoint, he has no one to blame but himself. Because like you let it be open, like that's your fault. But the way in which she kind of crossed the boundary and then was like, yeah, now that I found someone, I don't think this is going to work out. Like, I don't think that was fair.
That's funny.
But it's like, you really can't be mad at anybody else because you let that happen.
What do you think about her kind of like not knowing if she wanted to break up with him, but testing the waters and having him like kind of do it with her, but not be aware that it's happening? Like, she's basically being like, I'm not interested in you anymore, but I don't know that for sure. So I want to test the waters. I still want to date you, but I want to test the waters, have sex with somebody else, see if I like it. And she does it, and she's like, yeah, I'm missing out with this guy. I can't. Like, do you think there was signs that he could have seen to where she was like, I'm not really interested
Well,
in you?
wasn't it his idea for the open marriage or relationship?
I don't think so.
Oh, it was her idea?
I don't think so.
Yeah, whose idea was it? Because
we decide to spice things up a bit and open up our relationship. It was pretty much a joint decision, but looking back, she was kind of insistent on the whole sex is fun idea.
Okay. No, I don't think it's her. If they both agreed on it, then that's that. Like, if they decided, like, we're going to do this, she didn't lie. Mm-hmm. She didn't lie about anything. She told him when she was going to do it. She told him when she was going to do it again. And then she's like, okay, it's over now. I don't think there was any lying in that. That's where I'm like, this is the danger you can get in if you're in an open relationship. Like, this is the game. This is what could happen. Someone could vibe more with your partner than you did, and now you're on the outs.
Mm-hmm.
Or even, like, the fact that, like, they're probably in their early 20s, and the fact that they're like, we need to spice things up with our relationship.
Yeah.
That's probably a red flag in and of itself.
You're in your early 20s. My dad says, you haven't seen Disneyland yet. Why are you tripping?
Right.
Today I effed up by telling my son's new doctor we are anti-vax. Whoa. Wowie.
Ooh.
Obligatory, this happened several months ago, TLDR at bottom. My son has autism, level 1, previously called Asperger's, and due to that, he also has a psychiatrist, multiple psychologists, and doctors. We decided to get a new primary doctor who works closely with his other providers to better coordinate his care this past summer. I brought my son in for a standard well-child visit and spent nearly an hour with this new doctor going over his issues and medications, history, etc. Toward the end of the visit, she said to me, well, he can get the Gardasil vaccine today, to which I reply, oh, no, he can't have that. I don't want him to get autism. I think maybe note here that I'm an Aspie too, and while I think my sarcasm is on point, I must have been a little too serious looking because she just stared at me. The silence lasted an eternity while I imagined she was deciding how to proceed. Eventually I laughed and tried to assure her I was only kidding, but she only returned a nervous sounding chuckle and left the room. As my son and I were discussing whether I was offensive, he thought I was hilarious. In walked the nurse with a stack of information about vaccines. He started his lecture about vaccine safety and potential risk, and no amount of my assurances that we are not in fact anti-vax would stop him. He just kept saying, okay, well, I have to tell you this, in a way that suggested that the doctor told him to give me the full spiel. TLDR, joking, told my son's new doctor that I didn't want him to get more autism, got a 15-minute lecture on vaccine safety for my already fully vaccinated kid. Edit. Of course we took the Gardasil. Shout out to Nurse Pete for being the first nurse to ever give my kid a vaccine without him crying or fist fighting everyone.
But in all reality, I think that's a cool dad.
Are you guys anti-vax?
No. Double dose Pfizer.
You're double dosed Pfizer? Did you get the vaccine?
I didn't get the booster, but it takes 2 shots of Pfizer.
I'm boosted up, baby.
One J&J. They said you only needed one.
Yeah, double dose fiber and boosted, baby. So
Just double dosed.
we got the whole gamut here. But I am anti-vax. But I got all the vaccines.
That doesn't.
But
make
you're
sense.
like mad about it.
Yeah,
You're like,
I was like, I don't believe in this.
Or did you get the?
there's like a doctor. Like, shut up.
Stop! I don't believe in this. Where's my cookie though?
Nobody's gonna tell me my hair is all the way back up on my head.
I just got stabbed.
I think, Maddie, this probably applies to you more than anybody because you're a very sarcastic person.
Uh-huh.
Do you have issues when you're talking to someone like normally in life and
Yes.
your sarcastic personality comes out and they're like, okay.
Yes. Okay, so like with my friends, it's weird. It's like there's like a certain level of people that I'm sarcastic with. With people I don't know and I'm not like super cool with, like it's like professional, I'm not sarcastic with them. If they're sarcastic and goofy with me, I might dish it back out. But there's one person that we know that does not recognize sarcasm at all. And I can say this to a test. I'm somebody that gives out sarcasm, but if certain people give me it back, I cannot recognize it. I'm like, are you serious? I'll tell you, I am the most gullible, sarcastic person you'll ever meet.
Oh.
But anyway, there's one person that I know I cannot be sarcastic with him because he is so straightforward that he just looks at me confused. I would never do it to a doctor. You should read the top comment.
That was hilarious. It wasn't you. I've had a doctor explain to me point blank that they effectively aren't allowed to interpret something as a joke. They must check the comment wasn't made because a patient doesn't understand. So it's like making a bomb joke to airport security. Fellow people get it, but they're working in an environment where it's considered risky to dismiss as a joke, what might be a nervous reveal, so they're trained to respond differently. You're like a restaurant, and like there's like a vibe with the waiter or the waitress, and you're like, I'm gonna be a little sarcastic. And they're like, sometimes they catch it, and sometimes they're like, no, I'm just gonna be completely serious the entire time and not respond.
Yeah, no, I hate that. Like, I hate waiters and waitresses that are just too serious. Like, I guess in that setting too, because it's like you have a lot of opportunity for it to be sarcastic and fun. Because it's like, I know you don't want to be there. I don't want you to be there. Let me just throw out some sarcasm. See if they respond. And when they don't, they're just like you just order like, oh yeah, I want the pancakes. I heard they're trash though. And they're like, actually, our pancakes are the best in the town. And it's like, you don't have to lie. Like, we're at Denny's. What?
You're like, I'm getting pancakes because I know you guys cannot mess that up. Okay?
Okay, that's different because if y'all coming in like that, they have to come with that energy first. You can't come in and be like, hey, your pancake's trash. You can't come with that.
No,
and they're just
in-
like, what's your order? And you're like, I guess pancakes are trash. I'm like, I didn't come with that energy.
No, because it's like the chef that's taking your order too. And you're like, yeah, I'll take the pancakes. I mean, I know they're disgusting. I've seen the way you wash your hands. And you're like, yeah, I followed you into the bathroom. You sick animal.
Okay, you both are menaces. Now, I don't think you guys should ever go to a restaurant.
I've never been to a restaurant.
Makes sense.
My tip makes up for my behavior.
This behavior.
But he
is
throws it at
unacceptable.
him.
It's straight pennies.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I've never been sarcastic to like a waitress. I'm like, please don't spit in my food. I'll be the nicest I've ever been.
Actually, no, I guess I've seen it. I've seen you, like, be quote-unquote normal. And it's weird to me.
Quote unquote normal,
Yeah.
excuse me.
Because
I am normal.
when I talk to you or I talk to you, we're always talking like a certain way.
Oh yeah, we're
And
goofing
so when
around.
we talk outside of us talking to each other, we're talking normal.
Yeah.
And it's weird to me to watch you guys talk like that to other people.
Like who?
Anybody at church. Like when we're at church. But actually I really noticed it on the 4th of July. When you're talking to people there, you're talking like, it was weird. I'm like, I know this is Maddie, but it does not sound like Maddie talking.
Like the way I talk to
Yeah,
you.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like, was it anybody specifically?
It was her boyfriend or husband, I don't know.
Stacy?
Yeah, Stacy's.
Yeah.
Yeah. You were like.
Keep it kosher.
Yeah.
I
But
mean,
then
know him,
Sandy
but I don't know him
came
very
and
well.
and then some of the vibe was back.
Vibe was there.
And then other people come and you're just like, I like s'mores. Like you're just speaking so it's making me laugh. So yeah, I was noticing that. It's interesting to me.
I mean, yeah, whatever.
You shouldn't care what people think.
Well, I don't, but like that's how I just make conversation with people that I don't. Like I know, like I'm like I know you, but I don't have you. I don't like mess with you. You know.
I just want to make everyone around me uncomfortable as I am all the time.
That explains a lot.
It's who I am. It's who I am.
And then you got me over here, and I'm just like, Brandon. Yeah.
Actually, that's the thing. You switch. Brandon is always the same. I don't actually see him different in different situations.
Yeah, no, I do.
Do you?
Well, it depends on like my comfortability level. Cause I know you guys, so I can goof around with you
Yeah.
guys. I know how to mess with you guys.
You gotta have a sleepover.
No.
Why not? That's like you're closer to people.
No.
I'm just throwing out suggestions, but
Should have a sleepover with Juanita.
she can kill me.
Who's that?
Every time you hear that story where it's like Sam was the photographer for the family picture, it was
Wasn't a part of the family.
it was my cousin Juanita.
Oh.
And she was like, I want a picture with all the family. Sam, can you take it?
Can you take it?
I said, I got a selfie stick because I think that's what I
Yeah.
did. I was like, let me just, I got it. I made sure he was in there. He tried so hard not to be.
He was probably mad about it.
Listen, man.
Hasn't forgiven her since.
Does she talk to you, or does she just not care?
Well, I haven't talked to her since then. I don't know anything.
I haven't.
Like genuinely, you're like mad at her? Or?
No. It's hard for me to get mad at someone. It was funny to me.
Oh really?
Yeah. That's what I feel like my brain's broken because I'm like, I think some people would feel sad, but just how she did it, it made me laugh so hard because she was serious. And it made me laugh so hard. So of course I lean into it. I'm like, she hates me.
Okay. Well. So that's
Whoa.
how you became who you are.
That's who I am.
Thank you everybody for joining us for our emo episode, and hopefully you let your emo out every once in a while.
I just hope you.
Whatever your name is thinks you.
Carry on.
Carry on.
Nobody's bleeding blood. Depression is cool. Depression makes me.
Cut it. Cut the cameras.
You carry,
Cut the cameras.
carry on. You know that's common sense.
Cut-